This is going to be a sock review. It'll be on the second take. So, first pair of socks is going to be a pair of Under Armour cotton crew socks. From what I could remember, I believe these were made in USA and got them in October, or no, it was August or September of 2024. These socks are okay in the summertime. They don't really wick away sweat or moisture. They more or less hold on to it because they're a cotton sock. During the wintertime, they definitely get cold. So if you're looking into socks for the winter, these aren't them, and they're probably also not that great during the summertime either if you live in a super hot place. Next are these weatherproof vintage socks. They're made in China, made of a merino wool blend, and are a crew boot sock. And I'd also advise steering away from these. Got 5 pairs brand new around same time as these socks, and they're all developing a hole right at the bottom here. These cotton socks, while they don't get worn often, they just turn a lightish gray at the bottom. Next are these Realtree dry knit socks. These are a majority synthetic, made in USA. They're a boot cut sock. They have very little wool in them, and they had been okay in dry, cold conditions where there was slight snow. Any conditions past 10 degrees or below, I suggest looking into a thermal sock. Next are Kirkland brand merino wool socks. These are made in USA. These are made in USA too. These ones are also, I believe, a boot cut sock, or maybe a crew. They're made of a much thicker wool. They were made of a much thicker wool blend. These are majority wool with some spandex. I find that at the tops they stretch out a lot and they lose their elasticity and they start to slide down into my boots. So they're warm in all conditions if worn with proper boots. They're okay in the summer. They're not that hot for how thick they are. And they offer plenty of cushion that other socks will lose after about 6 months of wear and washing. These are still good, and I picked them up for cheap for like $20 for like, I don't know, 22 pairs. They're like 3 or 6 pairs in one pack, and they were like $3, $3 to $5 per pack from Costco. However, they don't make these anymore. Realtree don't make these anymore. Under Armour doesn't make these anymore. These are still made. I'd stay away from these. They're okay conditionally. These aren't made anymore, and whatever replaced them aren't probably as good. Next are these Wrangler crew socks. These are 100% polyester and they are very uncomfortable. They also hold on to moisture and have no comfort, no padding, whatever. So I'd stick away from these. Next are these Dickies crew socks. These are made in China. I think these are made in China as well. These, I have no idea what they're made of. They're okay in the summertime. I don't even know what they're made of. I'm not sure if they make these anymore. They're very old. They also tend to blow out at the bottom, so beware of that. They're replacements. These are also Dickies. They're a crew boot sock. They have ventilation, and they're majority cotton and nylon. They wick away sweat. They're pretty much only good for in the summertime. They do not have any padding or cushioning, so if you're wearing them with steel toes, you're definitely gonna feel it. And these also gave me wicked blisters in the past, so safety toe boots, do not wear these. Next are Realtree. These are the heavy crew merino sock, I think it was. These are a hunting sock. I don't think they're made anymore, but you can find them in any Walmart close to you around the hunting and firearm section. That's where I found these ones at. Got about 3 pairs. These are some of the warmest socks I have. They have plenty of cushioning. They're made in USA. They have also some venting as well. Just plenty of cushion. These are like $12 a pack. I got these around late August last year, so almost a year of use. And I've only had about 3 pairs of these. I've been alternating with other socks. These have been alright. I'd recommend these if you're planning on wearing them in the winter. However, I don't know if they make them anymore. And I have no idea the ones that they do make, how they hold up. And last pair are a pair of Danner. These were the Reckoning socks. These are mid-weight, cushioned. I think they're supposed to be a hunting sock. However, in the coyote brown colorway, these seem more like a tactical sock. And these are made of a merino wool, and it's majority wool as well. They're about $21 a pair for just one pair. And I like these a lot, and I haven't even been testing them a lot, but I really like them. They have really thick cushioning at the heel and at the ball, and even at the toe, and plenty of cushioning going all the way up the shaft. They're also a boot cut sock, and I just like these. I really do. 100% recommend Danner boot socks. So, what would I recommend for cold weather socks that you could still get and probably still get for quite a while, and that are probably gonna last you a long time. They're not here at the moment, but I'd probably say darn tough Vermont socks. I'm looking into getting a few pairs of their heavyweight tactical socks in either the coyote brown or the foliage green color. And I I really want to get 5 pairs. That way I can have a pair for a fresh pair for each working day of the week, and probably get them washed over the weekend and have fresh pair for the next week. And that would probably add up to about $180 because they are quite expensive socks, but they're high quality, made in the USA, and they're also backed with a lifetime guarantee. And I hear plenty of good things about darn tough Vermont socks. So I'll probably look into getting a pair. Definitely look into getting a pair. I just so happen to know where I could get some in Great Falls and possibly in Kalispell as well. I also haven't gotten to talk about these. These are railroad socks. You can read it all here. They're crew boot socks, made in USA. These are mainly cotton. These are mostly cotton socks. They're my new hot weather socks. They'll be replacing all the other ones. I mainly got these because I was being pressured to get them for firefighting. Have the white socks on the inside and the black socks on the outside, and switch out the white ones every day and switch out the black ones every other day. I'm probably not going to do that. Probably just going to bring wool socks with me because cotton, as a saying, cotton kills. So yeah, there's that. Alrighty, this has been a sock review. First one I've done ever. So yeah, that's that.